Hey and welcome to the tutorial. Today I will show you how to create this Neymar logo inside Microsoft PowerPoint. So the left one is an image, the right one is the creation done in Microsoft PowerPoint. So let's get started. I will start in the blank presentation. I already have this logo in here, so I will zoom in as much as I can and I will probably fade this logo a little bit. So I will select format ribbon, color, and I will select this gray preset. Now you may be thinking that the best way how to create this logo would be just to take the freeform shape tool and just try to trace the letters maybe like this, so to get the very same looking shape. Then we can close the shape, right click, select format shape, increase the line width to maybe like, I don't know, maybe 20 points, and we will get the same looking logo. However, if we use lines like this, there are some downsides. The main one is we cannot use the picture fill for the lines. We cannot just convert those lines to fills, and if we just resize it, the line width would be still the same. So it will be a little bit harder to work with this, and it will be very hard to set the picture fill. It's possible, but it would require more steps. So instead of using the lines like this, we will try to trace the letters using the standard shapes, and most likely in most cases those will be rectangles. So I will insert a new shape being the rectangle, and I will draw it matching this stem on the left like this. I will open the fill properties and increase the transparency to maybe like, I don't know, 60%, just so I can see what's below. Then I will right click and select set as default shape, which will cause that all newly drawn shapes will have this fill and outline properties. This means that once I draw a new shape, it will be a semi-transparent as well. I will select this shape and move it to the right side holding the Ctrl and Shift key on my keyboard. The Ctrl key will cause that it will be duplicated, and the Shift key will cause that it will be moving in a straight line. Then I will duplicate it one more time, rotate it by 90 degrees holding the Shift key on my keyboard again, and just try to position it properly over this one shape and the other shape like this. What I will probably do is I will probably start with those straight shapes, then I will move to those angled shapes. So instead of trying to finalize the letter N, I will actually just copy those two shapes to the right side. For the letter E, I need to of course resize this shape, or just like this. Then I will duplicate this shape one more time, trying to align everything. I probably need this shape as well, which I will resize to match this top part. I need this shape one more time. Everything looks great. Okay, so I can move to the other shapes. Seems like that for the shape M, I need at least those three shapes, so I will duplicate those. Again, holding the Shift key and the Control key on my keyboard. Move it like this. I need to make this shape a little bit longer, and this shape on the other hand should be much shorter like this. I will make sure that the shape is right size later on. Before I do that, I will just copy everything to the left side for the letter Y, like this. This should be resized all the way to the left side and right side. Sometimes it's easy to just go more than you need to. Okay, here we go. So we have a complete letter Y, which is great. So I will just zoom out a little bit just to see what's missing in there. So for the letter A, I will most likely reuse most of those shapes, so I will just duplicate everything like this. This should be more to the top, but align with the other shapes. Seems like it will be a little bit harder to do. Maybe if I zoom in it will be better. Okay, and I need it one more time for this in the middle. I don't need this one, but the left shape and the right shape should be of course going more to the bottom like this. For the R shape, I probably need all those shapes, so I will just duplicate this, and automatic alignment should work in this case, making everything just a little bit easier for us. Okay, so I guess we have all the horizontal and vertical shapes in place. Now we can move to those angled ones. So I will start with the first letter, which is the letter N, and I will zoom in as much as I can. And I probably could use the rectangle in this case, so I will try to just reuse one of those rectangles rotated by some angle which kind of matches the letter N, maybe like this, and of course resize it. I can still, right click and select the size and position and enter the rotation value manually, but the problem is that it, only lets you enter the integer numbers, while if I drag this handle around, if I drag this handle around, I can set even smaller, or like the float numbers, even when it's not showing in there. Okay, I guess I'm fine with this shape, so I can move to the, maybe rotate it just a little bit more, like this. Okay, this is better. I can move to another angled part, which is the letter M, which actually has two of them. Again, I will try to reuse the rectangle to see if I can do it. So I'll just duplicate it, rotate it by a certain angle, trying to match the original letter M and align it with all the other elements. Seems like that's about right, so I'll just move this to the left. I will duplicate it one more time and select the Format, Rotate, Flip Horizontal. Make sure that everything is aligned properly, and this shape should be probably a little bit smaller, like this. Maybe it will snap to the shape as well. Okay, so that's great. So everything snaps together. That's even better than I thought it would be. So the only missing parts are, it is this slanted, I don't want to how to call it, but part of the letter R. So I may just reuse part of the letter M, even when it doesn't seem to be the very same angle. It's a little bit different, but I guess we can live with this. And those bottom stems. So for those ones, I will use a different shape, of course, and I will use the shape called, I don't know, maybe this one, the parallelogram. Let's see if this works. I need to flip this, so I will select flip vertically. I will rotate it to match the angle, like this. And I still need to adjust this yellow handle to set the right angle, so maybe like this. It's actually kind of tricky to do it like this, but it seems to be working, so I will keep it like this. The other way, of course, is to rotate a rectangle, then just place the unrotated rectangle and subtract it. But for this case, I will just try to match the angle using the yellow handle, like this. Then I will duplicate it, move it to the side in here, make it just a little bit bigger, but not to both sides, but only the width. Then I will duplicate it one more time, select rotate, flip vertically, align it with this right shape, and copy and paste it one more time for this part. Okay. Seems like the angle is a little bit wrong, don't you see it? I hate when I have to go back, but it's kind of disappointing to not be able to see the very same looking result. So I will spend a little bit more time, rotate it a little bit more, adjust the handle a little bit more. Now I'm more satisfied with the result. I'm sorry I have to do it one more time, but the angle wasn't right, so it kind of makes sense to do it right. Now it's much better. Okay, so I will duplicate it one more time, select rotate, flip vertically, align with this shape using my arrow keys, make it a little bit smaller, duplicate it one more time, and that's it. We have all the shapes for all the letters. So what we can do now is we can show the selection pane. So I will show the selection pane and hide the image, the picture. Then I will select all the shapes for the letter N. Select Format, Merge Shapes Union, and I will do the very same thing for each individual letter. Merge Shapes Union, I will do it for this letter as well, for the letter M as well, A, and the letter R. Okay, so each individual shape is being merged. If you take a look at the picture, there is this Nike logo. We will not draw it, but we will actually use the Nike logo from my previous tutorial about creating the Nike logo in Microsoft Word. So I will just use this shape. If you haven't seen this tutorial, I will put the link in the description. There is actually one more tutorial about the Nike logo background. I will put the link for this tutorial as well. So I will jump back to our presentation. I will just paste this Nike logo and make it much smaller to kind of match the background, like this. Maybe even smaller. I have to zoom in just so I can see it better. Okay, this seems to be the right size. I will select everything, so all those letters and the Nike logo, and I will simply group it everything. So select group, and move it to the side. I will reset the colors for the original picture, so reset the picture. And now now I want some picture to be used for our logo. So I'll most likely open a Facebook from Neymar. So I will just open Neymar Facebook page and just copy some random picture, maybe this one. And in the PowerPoint I will select the entire group, set the line to no line, and the fill I will set to a picture or texture fill. There is this default texture, and I will click insert picture from clipboard, which will insert this copied picture. If I can zoom in, you will see it better. We can set the title picture as texture, and now we can set the offset to kind of set it to the right position and maybe change the size even if we want. You can see that the original image on the left has this picture in the grayscale. Maybe we can do it as well. And the way how you do it is you just copy this picture somewhere in here. Maybe I will copy it, move it to the side, or copy it to the empty slide. And in here I'll select the picture corrections, and I will select this. It's actually picture color, sorry. In the picture color I will set the saturation to 0%, which will give this grayscale look. I will copy this in the clipboard one more time, and I will insert, or not insert, but for the fill I will select insert picture from clipboard. Now we have the grayscale picture used as the fill. Again, I can set the offset, of course, once I set the tile picture as texture, to kind of set it in the way that the face is at least a little bit visible. So maybe here for the layer N it will be just a little bit visible. But you get the point. That's how you create the Neymar graphics logo inside Microsoft PowerPoint in like 10 minutes. And that's it. Thanks for watching.